Hi, I'm Fabian, and I am here to introduce you KuoriciniDAO. KuoriciniDAO is a decentralized app designed around teams. We can imagine co-workers, friends, gamers, activist groups, could be any team working online or offline. Users can create or join an existing team through a voting system. Each group defines its own tokens and has full control of the token's properties. It's a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO. The crucial characteristic of KuoriciniDAO is that these tokens can be only donated among the members as a sign of gratitude for the contribution in the team, and cannot be subsequently transferred. How do we achieve that? We have a smart contract that periodically distributes the tokens to the team members. But these tokens don't have any value if the user holds them. They have to be donated to someone else. Here in TechStation team, we have a KuoriciniDAO group of 5 people, and the DAO voted to create a heart token with a recurrence of 1 month and a contract supply of 10 hearts. So every month I receive, like every other team member, 10 little hearts. By the way, cuoricini is the Italian word of little heart. These hearts, we call them Custom Community Tokens, CCT, and have no value to me. I cannot accumulate them because the following month they will reset to 10 again. What I can do is send them to other team members. For example, let's say I want to thank Ricky because last week he was very helpful. I'm gonna send him a couple of hearts. A few interesting things happen now. First, the 2 hearts that Ricky received, he cannot transfer to anyone else. These are Custom Reward Tokens, CRT. They belong to Ricky and Ricky only. Second, he doesn't even receive them exactly the moment I sent him. Actually, I cannot know, but also Gamba sent him a heart, and Ricky will receive 3 new hearts in his wallet arriving at some later moment, maybe at the end of the month. And even more, listen well this one. Ricky cannot even know who sent him the hearts. And to add more to the plate, the Kuoricini TechStation team also voted to introduce a diamond token with a recurrence of only 1 contract diamond per year. I want to shoot that only diamond available to the team member that really made a difference this year. I want to recognize his efforts, even if he will never know it will came from me, which makes it even more valuable. We want to build a peer-to-peer feedback system which is not instantaneous and not transparent, because the trust goes into the smart contract. Not transparent, it may seem counterintuitive, but we think this is an essential element to generate a fair feedback in a community. We think the aggregated feedback over time will be a very solid metric to assign governance roles within a decentralized autonomous organization. If we look at most DAO experiences so far, we realize how often these are weighted voting systems based on token possession, mimicking the vote of a shareholder meeting, where the more tokens I have, the more power I have. The weak point in these systems is how these governance tokens are distributed in the first place. Who decides what, and when distribution happens? KuoriciniDAO introduced a different distribution system, one that changes over time. You see, KuoriciniDAO peer-to-peer anonymous feedback idea could be an interesting part of this puzzle. A tool to allow the ones who contribute positively to be recognized and rewarded, and therefore they could have greater responsibility. Those instead who are somehow misaligned with the core values of the team, they can realize it. and rescale their ambitions within the team. Fair feedback between real people doesn't need to be instantaneous and doesn't need to be traceable when you can trust the smart contract. Currently, KuoriciniDAO is on a test network and we are testing it within the taxation team. We are thinking to deploy a first beta version on the Polygon network to easily expand the test to other teams and receive additional feedback. Of course, we still have many open challenges. The big one is how to make the feedback really anonymous. We need your help on this. We are studying it, we are focusing on it, we want to do it the proper way. There are other features we are thinking of. We would like to have an aging mechanism for the token received to balance present and past feedback. We want to introduce a badge in the form of an NFT to highlight the most rewarded members of the community and make it fun and easy to use through gamification. Also, it would be great to develop a standalone wallet app to make it more accessible for non-crypto users. This was Fabian from TechStation, a non-profit organization based in Padua, Italy, dedicated to give entry and mid-level programming skills to people that would normally have less opportunity to study, and therefore helping them land better jobs. Within TechStation, we recently entered blockchain development and started KuoriciniDAO first as a toy project, but then realizing the potential could go far beyond, so much that we hope it will become a full-time project for some of us. I hope you also realize the same, and thank you for your attention.